Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. I told you so. When critical thinking becomes a superpower. Definition: being a conspiracy theorist doesn't mean delusional. It often means early. It means your pattern recognition is faster. Your trust in official narratives is earned, not assumed. It means your mind is too sharp to be programmed. And that's not a problem. It's a gift. Let's talk about it. I identify as a conspiracy theorist, and my pronouns are I told you so. And if you know, you know. The label conspiracy theorist has been weaponized for decades to discredit early observers. People who question too soon. People who ask, but why though, before the masses have even realized there's something worth questioning. But the truth is, many so-called theories are just premature facts. And most of what people call conspiracies today ends up on the evening news 5 years too late. What if being a conspiracy theorist is just spiritual foresight? What if it's cognitive pattern recognition? What if it's the soul's resistance to being programmed by collective fear and mass distraction? Because here's the truth. When something doesn't sit right in your gut, when your spirit starts tugging at the curtain, when your nervous system detects the lie before your brain can articulate it, you're not crazy. You're calibrated. You're not broken. You're ahead. We're living in a time where questioning authority is framed as rebellion, but obedience without discernment is praised as virtue. That's not consciousness. That's conditioning. And a lot of the people getting labeled as conspiratorial are actually the ones doing what everyone should be doing: thinking critically, connecting dots, checking sources, and refusing to accept whatever's trending as truth. You see, the gift of early awareness doesn't always feel like a gift. It can feel isolating. You'll get laughed at, called dramatic, told you're paranoid. But then something happens. Time catches up. And suddenly the same people who said, "You're doing too much," are the ones repeating your exact words, just 5 years later, like it's brand new wisdom. That's the gift, but also the burden, of being early. And here's the spiritual angle no one talks about. Discernment is a divine gift. The ability to read behind the headlines, to sense energy and language, to decode narratives, to listen beyond the noise. That's not paranoia. That's protection. That's you operating outside the matrix. That's your intuition working in real time. So, yes, call us conspiracy theorists. We'll wear it like armor, because at this point, it just means we read the fine print before we signed our soul away. And let's be clear, not all theories are true, but most of them start with a truth, a pattern, a misalignment. And rather than writing them off as delusional, we should be asking, why does this person feel the need to question? What do they see that I might be missing? Because early warning systems don't always look polished. They look disruptive. But if you knew what was coming down the pipeline, you'd stop laughing at the ones ringing the bell and start paying attention to the frequency they're broadcasting from. And that's why this is a superpower. Not because you're right, but because you're aware. Because your soul stayed awake. Because you refuse to fall asleep in a culture that rewards silence and penalizes insight. That's not crazy. That's leadership. So if you've ever felt embarrassed by how fast you caught on, if you've ever stayed quiet to avoid sounding too deep, too out there, too much, let this episode remind you, your awareness is your advantage. Your doubt is your data. Your refusal to conform is how timelines get rewritten. The School of Soul Vault is my private monthly membership designed for those who are done just listening and ready to start building. Inside, you get full access to my video series, the unfiltered teachings, the strategy, the game plans, everything I don't share anywhere else. If you're ready to grow in silence and rise with precision, this is where it happens. Join the vault. Monthly access. Lifetime impact.